There's a big crab.
Yeah?
That's a big crab.
So we picked up an orange over red buoy because it's ours. Can't touch anybody else's gear or get too close to them. It's not nice. On a demonstration boat, we're allowed to have 20 traps. If you're fishing commercially, you can have up to 800 in the water at one time.
All right, so this is your pretty typical Maine lobster trap here. There's a 5-foot trap broken down into 3 different sections. Our first section here, this is where everything comes into the trap. They come in through these 2 large entrance holes, and they come in to eat the bait out of that bag, so we call that section the kitchen. As more stuff starts to come into the trap, it'll kind of push things deeper and deeper in. To our next section here, we get the parlor, and our last section here is the living room. In the living room, we've got a vent on either side. Those vents allow for the smaller stuff to get out. It's pretty safe to say that if something fits in that hole, then we're not going to keep it anyways. We've also got one more vent up top. This one here is an emergency vent, so if we ever lose the trap on bottom, whether a boat runs over a buoy or whatever might happen, these 3 rings will rust out and that vent swings open, so anything that's too big to fit out of these holes should get at the top, so it'll die in the trap. Now, the first thing we do when we have a lobster is we take them out and we flip them upside down.
You don't have to.
So the first thing we do is we take them out and flip upside down. This is how we stand whether it's a male or a female. We look at these top 2 little fins here, and on this lobster, notice how these guys are, these top 2 fins, they're at a cartilage, they don't bend past 90 degrees. They have a little red tip on them. That's going to be our male. Our males look a little bit different than our females. Our females, those same top 2 fins are really soft and wispy. You can move them all around. So there's our female and there's our male. Female, male. That's how we tell the difference there. Yeah, you fail. So the next thing, if we do have a female, there's 2 things we're going to look for. The first thing we're looking for is going to be, that's how they swim. The first thing we're looking for is eggs. If there's eggs on this lobster, they'd be very obvious. They'd be all up and down these little fins here. A lobster this size would probably carry somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 eggs. If the lobster doesn't have eggs, we're still looking for one more thing. And that is in the fin right to center. So that's our fin right to center. There's a center fin.
You're getting ahead of me. I had to get out of the way. Sorry. So this is an egger. Whoa. We call them an egger or a berry.
Oh my God, I've never seen that before.
Do people eat that?
So when you eat the tail of a lobster, you go back to the top of the flesh, you expose the entrail. You might come across and those are fertilized eggs. Okay? So when she's fertilized by a male, she's going to carry the fertilized eggs inside her like that for 9 months. Then express them out on her tail and carry them for another 9 months before they finally kind of just cast off.
So what do they do? Just hang out in the water?
They'll hatch soon after she shed them on. A really small krill will rise to the surface.
Yeah.
And then it'll spend a period of time on the surface of the water, shedding like 37 times, get a little bit bigger, and then it will settle to the bottom.
Yeah.
So it's getting preyed upon by birds, fish, each other, everything. So less than 1/10 of 1%. Sure.
How old is that?
5 years.
Yeah.
It takes about 5 to 7 years to become a legal size. They'll live over 100 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually would live forever, but because their DNA doesn't degrade over time like other creatures, us.
Yeah.
And the only reason they die is that they get 3-4 feet long and they're so big they can't get out of their shell when they shed, and they'll end up starving to death on the bottom.
Now, have you ever caught anything that large?
Can't fit in the trap.
Right, but is
The
there...
biggest one I've caught in a trap is about 16, 18 pounds.
So about the size of the lobster on the logo on the mat. That's
Wow.
about as big as we well.
Now, is there
sometimes
other ways to catch them besides
You
these
can't dive
straps?
for them, you can't spear them, but you can. They'll drag up in a dragger's net. He'll pick them up. That's where I got when I was a kid. I was on a dragger and took a picture. I'm holding the massive claws in each hand, and the tail is on the deck. So
Wow.
he's like 4 feet, well over 100 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Walk back into one go. Uh-oh.
Truth be told,
That's about 20 pounds.
truth be told, we ate it. Very illegal, but it was the 70s.
Was it
That one's
good?
about
Was
20
it-
It was
pounds.
fine.
Was it very
The
chewy?
tail was a little
Yeah,
tough,
yeah, a little
but
tough,
it was
yeah.
shed. It was a.
Oh
it was a
my
soft shell.
goodness.
The crusher claw on that lobster will break
Doesn't
your
matter how
arm.
big they are. It's a
Oh,
soft
yeah.
shell. It's gonna be sweet,
Like a twig.
tender. The tail's always a little chewy, but the knuckles were unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's excessive.
It's like a steak. That's crazy.
Next step. This female has no eggs and does no notch. So our next step is going to be to measure. We do that with this tool right here. The bottom side is 3 1/4 inches, and the top side is 5 inches. We keep the lobster from the back of the eye and the back of the shell. It's to be in between the two measurements. So to measure that, we put this top corner right behind the eye and then flat on the deck. See how there's a gap between the shell and that notch? That means she's too short. You know we do lobsters that are too short? Put it right back in the water. That's how we do it. We have some gloves and aprons if you guys want them. You don't need to wear them. The gloves protect them from the spine of the lobsters. They don't protect them from being pinched. So when we're grabbing the lobsters, we're going to grab them right behind the shell like that. That way they can't reach back and pinch you. This guy only has one claw.
Oh.
So it's pretty common to see lobsters with only one claw. They grow them back though. So lobsters and crabs can grow back everything but their eyes.
Wait, it'll grow that thing back? No problem.
Absolutely.
Has it
if I'm
started?
here- this one, no. This one looks like it just lost it.
And what do you think it lost it to? Or
Another lobster,
Yeah.
a fish, a seal, anything.
got it caught in a rock. He'll just shed it off.
Yeah, they'll just pull it off.
That's awesome.
You wanna hold it? Hold
And
it
they
right
have
behind
no
the shell like
pain,
that.
so don't feel guilty when you're steaming lobsters. They're dead in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
They have a ganglion nervous system, so they don't sense pain. There's no pain receptor.
And this is like the ultimate creature.
It really is.
Us humans suck.
It really
They don't
is.
degrade and they don't feel pain.
Like, no
Yeah.
way.
Are you gonna hold it, Cam?
You can throw that one in the water. We got a bunch more in here. Yep.
He's got to grow that thing back.
Do you want to hold them?
You wanna hold one?
They go really
Right,
So are we wanting to keep males or females?
Both. We can
Both.
keep both as long as our female doesn't have eggs or a breeding mark, which is a notch in that tail. I was saying.
Right. Which means she's been bred.
She's been caught with eggs. It's like when we see a lobster with eggs, we put the notch in the tail to let everybody else know, like when she drops her eggs, she's still a breeding female. So notch her eggs and they go right back in the water.
So even if she drops them, you don't want that one.
So it's a
Even if
witness,
she
it's a
drops
witness
them?
mark. It's a witness mark. She
Right.
might drop the
Oh,
tail.
there it is, Con.
It's a witness mark to tell the next guy when
Right.
she's not carrying eggs. He sees that, well, somebody else saw her with eggs. It's got a witness mark in it, that notch in the tail.
Right. So if she's notched, then no one should ever take
Oh,
her.
that a boy,
Free
Cam.
for
That's a lucky lobster.
Yep.
These guys are over with that.
Do you have to toss those up
Yeah, we do. There's not really
Yeah, hold one for me.
Usually hold them up top when they climb up on them. Yeah, you can do that too.
I can't get out.
Unless these guys will reach under. These guys will reach under.
too? Do you want to put gloves on and a little cape?
That's why.
Blue?
Oh, there they go.
They're ready. Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
I'm just going to clap my hands in.
Oh, look at me.
Oh, yeah. That.
What was
Oh, yeah.
Did you turn this clutch on or did I?
I did. How many do you think we got?
that?
6? That's a good guess.
how many are in the living room?
Oh, nice.
I think the guests are a little bit off. Looks like we got more than 6 in there.
Wow. Goodness.
Oh my
Still, just a
God.
bunch of little snappers.
The living room's full.
2 kids.
What's the most the trap will hold?
25,
I know, they're all,
maybe 40s.
Yeah, I've seen like 50 pounds in a trap before. But that's like this room full and this room half full.
How long is it down there to fill up like that?
A few days, but it's a matter of the
You're in the middle of an army going by. They're
You're
all
just-
marching along and you're just right in the path.
Now, do they stay on the bottom
Yep.
all the way?
Oh, wow. Cute.
That one's probably about 1.5 or 2 years old.
That's
Don't let
so
them fool you though, they'll still get you.
Look at that.
That's cute.
Hey,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
They'll hang right onto me. I just don't want them to reach up and get me with the other claw. The other one's a lot stronger. They have 2 claws, a crusher claw and a pincher claw. The pincher claw is not that bad, but you don't want to get me by a crusher claw. Those tips will come together inside of your skin. Well, let me go.
Want to throw
You
'em?
gonna throw them in, Connor?
Throw it. Like, overboard. It's gonna fight.
Launch it. Yeah!
I've seen that. They go back to throw it. I've seen it. They go back to throw it.
Oh my God, he would be like, I'm going home. We're going home.
free piercings.
I got one.
exactly.
Yeah, look, I got one with 1 claw.
Oh, look at you.
1 claw.
Just the
So,
crusher.
you know how I was talking about how when we catch a lobster with eggs, we put a notch in the tail? It's exactly what that looks like right there. And that's why we do it. It's because you have no way of knowing this is a breeding female. She doesn't have any eggs, but someone's caught her with eggs before, so they put the notch in her tail. So that way we can't keep the lobster. Eggs are a notch, they go right back in the water.
So you said that at some point the
Yeah,
eggs,
if she was smart enough, she would.
at some point the eggs are inside,
Yep.
and then they go to
They're
the
up
tip.
under this, up under their shell right here.
Okay.
And they kind of go all the way down, but then they protrude them on through that hole there onto their tail.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Woo.
Throw in the water.
So would that be a good size one?
Yep, that'd be a good one. That would
There
be.
you go, buddy.
Perfect.
Good job, Kim.
Let's get a measure on that guy. Deeper? No.
Close.
All right, what do you think? Keeper or no?
No.
Think I-
Yes.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
You got the keeper?
Yeah.
Want to put some money on it or?
No. I don't have money.
Yeah, this one's a keeper for sure.
You
Yeah.
think so?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So it stays right up on the shell
Big
there,
enough, huh?
just by about a 1/16 of an inch, but that's a keeper right there.
Kid's got a good eye.
How much was that? How many?
This
what's that
lobster's
weigh?
worth, oh, this probably a pound,
And how much
maybe
is
a
it
pound
worth?
and a quarter. $6 right now.
Yeah.
At a restaurant, it's worth 50, but
Yeah.
I don't know where that money in the middle goes. So. All right, so now we gotta put some bands on it.
We're gonna band it up, Connor. Watch this.
All
Did it
right.
get you?
No, it just.
Oh, you'll know it. I guess.
Connor, watch him do this.
All right, so the next step is to band them. We do that for a few reasons. One is to protect us from being pinched. The other is to protect the other lobsters in the tank. So how we band them is we take this tool here, squeeze it nice and wide, go right around the claw, you just release it, twist it, and pull it off just like that.
It's like your braces, Cam.
Squeeze it, yes. Right on the claw, now just release it, twist it, pull it straight off. So if you're on a commercial boat, you'd probably do that like 2,000 more times today.
So, on a lobster boat, do you have more than one rig? Do you have more than one of those? Like, you have
Banders?
a, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a few. We have like a banding station. Watch those claws. Here, I'll get you a better grip on it. Let go of them. There you go. Now grab them. So, what do you got? Female or male? Yeah. Control those,
You want
yeah.
one? I'll get you one. But
Yep.
I gotta
So
do
now we're gonna measure.
careful here.
So you can let go of this.
Kim, let's see.
What do you think? Keeper or no?
No.
I'm saying no.
No, absolutely
No?
not.
Absolutely
Short
not.
torso.
Well, you're kind of
no
all,
way.
huh?
No, it's not. Should be see that little gap there. Tiny little gap. But like water.
How much longer? A year?
Yeah. The next time that lobster sheds, it'll be in that position.
About a quarter of an inch every time this shit.
Yeah.
And how often are they shedding?
Once a year,
every other year.
Yeah, when they get older, they don't shed every year, but that's how they end up dying.
That's what we call them. That's what we call them, bugs.
That's a big crusher
Make sure
claw.
you hand him the right way. I just want to keep this fun.
What do you think? That one's gonna be a keeper?
That's because the claws are big. I think
You
it's.
think it's a keeper?
Yeah.
Do 100 million pounds a year.
It's fine. All right, we'll measure that guy. You think he's a keeper?
Yeah, so I don't know.
Go under.
Good. Is it like this?
Go under.
Right? I mean,
Yeah. Now you've got control of the claws. So you can let go of this hand. Then take this tool.
Alligator.
Take this tool right here. And you put that right behind the eye. You think it's a keeper or no?
not as much as used.
See? It's a little bit shorter. Just a tiny bit.
Canada caught up a lot of.
On a commercial
Yeah, you good?
electrical
Get
head,
you?
we'd probably measure.
I guys get a flap his tail.
Well, they're really close. I'd measure that one.
Yeah.
But other than that, we're pretty
You okay, guy? Wanna hold him?
Go ahead, hold him.
You hold him, yeah.
Just don't put your hands.
Right up on his back.
I'm gonna put it on the ground.
That big one, that's a big one we got, right?
Ooh, look at that one.
Look at that one.
Look at this. He's so good at it.
Look at the size.
I think so.
Whoa.
Where'd you get that from?
We caught that earlier. This one was in that tank over there. I'll find another big one.
What do you think? You just pull it out of his under his hat?
Sure. Put it on the ground.
I can swim
Put
pretty
it nicely
good.
on the ground.
What's your
That's a big one
fingers?
there.
That's a nice
That was probably about a pound and a half.
And you gotta throw that back though, right? No.
Dad, I'm gonna throw it back.
Oversized would be about 6
Oh,
or
I
7
see another
pounds.
baby one.
It's a lot bigger.
You guys have teeth on this. Oh, yeah.
Hey, we let him.
Got a
we
keeper.
let him all go at the end of the day.
We got a keeper, I think.
That's the line.
Yeah.
Trade.
I'll back the car.
Case of beer.
I won't tell.
So what's the longer measurement for?
Yeah. You what?
What's the longer measurement for?
That's for oversized. So there's a lobster that's too big.
Make it camp.
If they're over that size, and the reason is because they contribute to
Non-commercial.
our yeah, perfect. So what you got there? Bang, keeper. Is that male or female?
Looks like a male.
Yep. So we're just gonna band them up.
Yeah.
Gotta go for 9 right after.
I can hold that thing for you if you want.
Sure.
Gordon, I'll hold it for you.
Hell yeah. So you put it on there like that?
Yep. Now squeeze it right around. Now just release it and twist it off, just like that.
It's just like on the farm banding a cow's nose.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
That's what I grew up doing.
yep. Castration.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Then you put it right in that tank.
In the tank?
That little
Really so.
Got ourselves a lobster, boys. Damn, that's a big one in there. That one's huge.